Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Vikings and the Cowboys on Sunday night primetime.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their seventh-year quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Right to the air is Jackson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back to the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And this is up and good. They'll get 7-0 Cowboys. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Weaver. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. Fielded at the 33. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
He's going to keep this again. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And a quick throw here that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
To throw on third down. Bonds escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Be close. It's well short, well right to boot. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They'll start on the ground with Harris.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he stopped immediately there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Jackson.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Here's Jack Fox now.
As he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by his big wide receiver.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
Throwing on first down. Bonds. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So that play, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets pop free.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Reber. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jack Fox now gets set to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bonds. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Bonds. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. hits him in stride.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson now.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? He's going to keep this again.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
That 2nd down play nets a -4. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On 3rd down, Bonds. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. A pass there over the middle to start things out. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. From the 29, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Weaver. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this one is incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He gets it complete to Harris. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route, Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then it curls back inside for the completion.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Young. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's Jackson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw. Bonds. That one complete to Elliott. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bonds. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back to throw again. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Weber. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC divisional round game. And it is the Atlanta Falcons who will continue on as they knock off the Green Bay Packers. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they weren't able to get a whole...
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the running a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
On second down, a run with Hall.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
On third down, here's Hall.
And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Bonds. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. He finds his man complete. It's Young. Now a first down carry for Harris. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Weber. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Jackson will throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Harris running straight ahead. Sam Williams bringing him down that time. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson from the shotgun. It's brought in by Harris. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. On third down, here's Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Sly able to put this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Fields this way up at the 17, and a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. Working with a 2nd and 3. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the fourth. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Bonds. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They run it with Hall off the option. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Bonds. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Bonds. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they...
And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. The drive will start with an option going left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down. Bonds can't get away, and he's taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Young. The Vikings on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And now here's another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Back to throw. Bonds. He's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 6 yards away.
And the Cowboys are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. A 15-point game now. You make the extra point, and that means on the other side you need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. That's a pretty tall order here in the 4th quarter.
Agreed, because they really needed to come up with a stop there, and even if it was just to hold them to a field goal. Now they need to pull the lucky horseshoe because they got to get an onside kick And we've seen nowadays those are incredibly difficult to come by.
And not to mention they got to get the touchdown and a two-point conversion first.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And out now come the Vikings. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. From the 29, Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throw left side, complete. That's Griffin. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Jackson. And my goodness, another interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And now here come the Cowboys. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to your hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
They'll go again with Hall.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The Cowboys will advance to the next round as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.